You won't be seeing any more billboards advertising cannabis products along California interstates. A San Luis Obispo County Superior Court judge says they are illegal under Prop 64 and must come down. KSBY's Megan Healy found out where the ruling applies and how cannabis business owners are responding.
A San Luis Obispo father saw some of these billboards while driving on Highway 101 with his two kids. Well, he says that this type of advertising is wrongfully exposing his children to cannabis use. A judge agrees and says that they have to be taken down. But this ruling doesn't just apply to San Luis Obispo County, it also applies statewide. They're meant to catch your eye. Billboards are planted along major thoroughfares. On a mile stretch of Highway 101 in San Luis Obispo, there's 3 advertising for cannabis. Parents say cannabis billboards are grabbing the attention of their kids.
Because when mom's driving, taking the kids on Highway 5, and you go to Disneyland, and then you see this big appealing ad, how do you unsee it?
Attorneys Saro Rizzo and Stu Jenkins represented a San Luis Obispo father upset at these ads. In October 2019, they filed what's called a public interest lawsuit in the San Luis Obispo County Superior Court, arguing that these billboards are illegal under Prop 64, passed by voters in 2016.
It's making sure that children aren't induced to try these drugs early and have it affect them permanently for the rest of their life.
Last Friday, Judge Ginger Garrett ruled against the California Bureau of Cannabis Control, striking down a 2019 regulation it adopted to allow for cannabis billboards on highways that cross the state's borders.
Tobacco is legal, but advertising it towards children is not. Cannabis is legal, but advertising it towards children is not.
And since Judge Garrett is reinforcing Prop 64, the recent ruling blankets the entire state.
Already found 35 highways that this affects.
Highways like 101, I-5, I-40, and I-80. Local cannabis retail owners say they want a level playing field.
I long for a day when cannabis is treated like any other industry and when we have the same business opportunities and responsibilities as other industries.
Under the ruling, the Bureau of Cannabis Control must notify businesses about the regulations. If owners don't comply, they could face hefty fines and lose their license. Under Prop 64, cannabis billboards are allowed along highways that don't cross borders. For example, Highway 227 from Arroyo Grande to San Luis Obispo. Now, as for these cannabis billboards on interstates, it's unclear when they have to be taken down. The attorneys I spoke with say they're pushing for 30 days, but ultimately it's going to be up to the courts and the Bureau of Cannabis Control. In San Luis Obispo, I'm Megan Healy, KSBY News.
The Bureau of Cannabis Control can appeal the judge's ruling. They declined our request for comment, but a spokesman said they are in the process of updating guidelines.